On.
Welcome to Penguin Outdoors. Going on a little adventure here today. Got my canoe. I got my wife behind the camera. I normally don't bring a cooler, but we're gonna bring a cooler today. We're gonna change into our water shoes. See if we can do a little bit of fishing. And we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. All right, we got the canoe in the water. There's an interesting entry point here. Could have probably picked one that was a little less steep, but it's fun. Got my wife with me. We're gonna do some canoeing, and I'll touch base with you guys here in a little bit. All right, so the wind picked up a little bit, and it was a little hard to paddle into the wind. So we decided to stop here just for a moment. I think I can show you what campsite. We're at site 55.7. Nice little place here. Good open spots. Nice flat ground for some tents. Standard equipped table with not much graffiti on it, surprisingly. Yeah, this is a nice little place. I got good tent spots. Nice flat area. Hello.
Hello.
Looks like somebody even left us some chopped up wood if we were gonna make anything, which is really nice of them. A nice little fire pit here. This folds down. Oh, I can't do it with one hand, but it folds down. Covers that up so you can cook your food. Yeah, be a cool little area. We're just gonna chill here for a little bit though. So we stopped here, landing site, I think it's 55.7 on the St. Croix River. This is just a day trip. And so I just brought a cooler with me with a bunch of stuff. We got some cheddar jalapeno sour bread, bunch of water, mayonnaise, bunch of cold blocks, ham, turkey, cheese, of course. Like I said, bunch of water. Got some Gatorade lights, and then, of course, beer. Alright. So I'm getting kind of hungry, and I'm going to have a snack. The other snacks that we brought: cheesy crackers, old bag of potato chips, some smaller chips, and other cheesy crackers. Now it's time to relax a little bit. I'm gonna do some fishing. This is just my favorite lure to use. It's actually see-through. I don't know if you can get a good shot of it in the sun, but it is see-through, and it takes the light and it kind of shines it through. It's also a floater, and it's a topwater jerk bait, or you can reel it in, jerk it. It's my favorite lure to use, and so I'm gonna go make a couple of casts here for a little while and see if I can catch anything. And so what I do is I cast it out there, and I wait for it to float back to the top of the water. Give it a jerk like that, reel in, jerk. And this is personally my favorite way to fish because you get the reaction from the fish and you get top water. So you get the excitement of the top water action and the fight with the fish and the reaction strike from the fish, which is normally a little bit more aggressive. And so if we get lucky and I actually catch something here, which normally don't catch stuff like this with this type of a setup on a river, but we'll give it a shot here and see if we can get lucky. So the first time I let it float, and then you can slowly reel in, pull, slowly reel in, pull, slowly reel in, pull. And what that does is it keeps the lure in the water, and then as soon as you stop pulling, it raises it back up. Kind of acts like an injured fish. And so if we get lucky, we can catch something. That was just rocks and weeds. Almost. So one thing I always recommend is whenever you're not using your fishing lure or anything, oh look at that, flew away. You grab one of these, and if you're going to leave your lure on your pole because you're going to go fishing later, you might as well wrap it in one of these. And what this is going to do, this is going to save you from getting a hook in the hand or somebody getting a hook in the foot or whatever have you. Now you can grab the lure and it won't hurt you. And then so you can take your fishing pole and put it in your preferred area, wherever that may be. Obviously that's not a very good area. But then nobody gets a hook in the hand. We're making some lunch first, ham. It was interesting getting the Miracle Whip on there. I had to kind of dump it and then spread it with the ham. It works though. So then what we're gonna do is I like ham and turkey, so I'm hungry. So 2 pieces of ham. We're gonna go 2 pieces of turkey. Something off-centered, kind of like that. Not the way it looks fancy. Piece for the shelf. Then, you take whatever your favorite brand of chip is. I just have to have these ones. And it reminds me of when I was younger. I take these, put these all over. Get a good little pile of them on there. Now this is kind of tilty, so we'll see. Hey, look at that, it's stuck. All right. No, not my chips. All right. We'll put these like so. Then I put the cheese. Instead of just plopping the cheese on there, I take a half piece, cut it in half, put it at a fancy angle. That way it spreads over more of the bread. Kind of smash that all down. And now that's lunch. Wow. Delicious.
Sorry.
Nice. Keep that.
I don't know how much of that got in.
So, I bought a 16-foot Winona canoe for my adventures. The reason I bought a 16-foot is because it's good for both single and tandem. So if I've got my wife with me, who has the camera right now, she can sit in the front, have enough room to help me paddle, enough storage space if we were to ever, do more than 3 days or something like that. And I can take her seat right here, and if I flip this around, I can use it as a single-use canoe. So I can use it as a solo canoe as well. It's mildly more difficult to traverse, especially in winds like this, but as long as you got your gear up front, yourself, and excuse me, lunch was really good. You keep your self pretty level with your gear up front, yourself in the back there, you can get around pretty well. So, alright, so we decided it's time to just head home here. Any good luck fishing there? Any good luck fishing? Alright, so we're just packing up here. We're gonna load the canoe. So, the only last thing we gotta get is we always practice leave no trace camping. And so we just double check that nothing fell at our site. Everything's basically the way we left it. We just got my wife's soda pop that we'll finish. We'll throw that in the cooler and then we'll get rolling here, guys. Alright, so we're just floating down. We paddled into the wind on the way up here, and I'm trying to do this camera with my left hand, paddle with my right. So what I do, guide us like this, and then if we need to go the other way, I pull us in like this. Sorry, pulling in like that. If we need to go, dang, my finger keeps getting in that. You just kind of use it like a rudder. See, this will turn us into the left. That'll turn us to the right. Just use it like a rudder. And we're just gonna float down the wind here with the wind for a little bit. Let's see how good I can do this with one hand on the paddle, just like this. It's like a rudder. That way my wife can relax, not have to paddle, and we can enjoy what we got going on here. There's a campsite taken right there, campsite taken right there. We were at that one right there. We decided to paddle into the wind a little bit, just for shits and giggles, realistically. And then just paddling down the St. Croix. Well, floating down the St. Croix. And then my preferred type of paddle doesn't necessarily need to be this brand, Bending Branches, but hang on, I gotta steer us real quick. See how it's curved? Gives me more control in the water and more of a power stroke when I do have to paddle through stuff. And so, if you can hear me well enough over this wind, it's kind of the best paddle that I prefer to use. Now, one thing I would recommend is don't be like me and leave your knees like this for too long in the sun. You'll burn real bad. So always either wear pants, quick drying pants when you're canoeing personally, or bring some sort of a towel to keep your knees covered, because if you do not do that, that is you'll have a painful day the next day, like I'm going to have, because I forgot to bring sunscreen. So we're not going to have too long of a day trip here, too much paddling, because I don't want to get burnt. But that's the campsite that we were at right there. So nice little campsite. I gotta get us steered back into the center of the river here. I'm gonna stick out my paddle, aiming in the water like that, just kind of pull the back end out, and then we aim back straight line. Nice day for canoeing. Put a little bit of effort going up into the wind, and then you can just float back to your destination. Nice little day trip. Alright, so let's say we're at a portage, or you know, we're unloading the canoe and stuff here. The first thing you always do is tie up the canoe. Because with these ultralight canoes, one gust of wind and this thing is gone. So there's no really good tie-up spots here. So what I'm going to do is, the way we disembark is different than the way we got in. So I'm going to flip the canoe around here. I always have my canoe in my hand. I don't lose it. And there's actually a nice little tie-off branch right here. So if I just wrap this around here a couple of times, like that, and I take my loop, just kind of stick it there, that canoe now shouldn't go anywhere. See that? So this way, a strong gust of wind or something comes in, you're not going to lose your canoe. And the next thing I always do, make sure you got proper footing. Set your heavy stuff off to the side. Grab your lighter stuff. And since my wife is recording this, I'll just throw that up there. I always have these stretchy doohickey bobs. Then I'll take my paddle. And I just, boom. Now I can never lose a paddle because it's connected. Do the same thing up here. Stretchy doohickey bob. You take that. Now you're not going to lose your paddle. This seat is super light, super easy. Not going to lose it. Now that I know the canoe is tied down, I'm not going to lose that, and I know I'm not going to lose my paddles. Grab my last bag here. And I know everything is tied up and good to go. So even with the wind that just came in, my canoe is tied down everything should be 100% good. So if I walk away while I'm putting my stuff back, see, the canoe can swing out, a gust of wind can take it, whatever. It's tied down. Always tie down your canoe.
You done?
And then I'll show you how I get the canoe out of the water here. This is a little bit steeper than we're used to dealing with, but it shouldn't be that bad.
You okay?
Oh, slippery. What I like about this thing, boom, stuck. It's good to go. Now, I'm gonna go off to the car. We put up the canoe and we found this little trail, which is right down the St. Croix River here, which we were just paddling on and had a little day trip. And we thought, well, let's go on another little walk. So my wife's walking in front of me to make sure that she catches all the big spiders before I do. All right, I'll walk first, that's fine. And then, now I'm walking first to get all the big spiders. It's a nice little trail here, right next to the river. If anybody's a little bit of a nature nut, I'd highly recommend it. Nature nut, yeah. Oh, look at that, that's a cool little bent over tree little area. Nice trail. Well maintained, nice and flat. No big rocks or anything that stick up through the whole thing. To be honest with you, no complaints, there's no bugs. Ooh, look at this. Well, if they did some brush clearing, that might be a little bit better of a view, but the boat went by there, so that was kind of cool. Nice little seating area. All right, so here's a cool little spot on this trail. Somebody made a makeshift little campfire site here, and then that goes down to the water. Nice little overlook. And then if you turn around, you got a trail that goes back up to the so that's over there to the west, and then this one keeps going up north here. And I see why they built that little campfire site there. That's a nice view, isn't it? Hot dang. So someone thought it'd be cool to dance around the fire. Thank gosh there's nothing hot in there. Otherwise this could be tragic.
I think we haven't gone this way.
We have not gone this way. We're going this way now. There's no point in trail walking without a cold one. So we're getting away from the river on this trail. We're heading more west instead of north up the river. There's a road right over there. So we're heading this way, and then I'll cut hopefully back over to the left there. And then I'll show you guys how I load my canoe. All right, so I didn't think that this was gonna happen. The trail leads right to the road. No trail sign. Warning. And I don't see a trail sign anywhere over there. So this must be where the trail starts. So we're gonna go back. Yeah, we walked straight to the road. Interesting that the trail just kind of ends right there. I bet you if we would have went across and looked, we might have found another spot to go walking, but we still got to make it back home. So we're just going on a light walk after our little canoe trip here, just because we've never seen this trail before. Alright, so this is just a big cool tree I want to show you. Big, large tree. But then it's got this little bubble in it. Doesn't look anything crazy until you get to the other side. And it's actually all the way into its core. Look at that. It's been hollowed out. All the way into its core, right there. And then it's still going. It's still strong. Look at that. That thing is huge. That's a good sized tree right there. I couldn't even wrap my arms around it. Not even halfway. And it's eaten out at its core. Cool. Use at own risk. I wonder why. Let's see what's wrong with it. That's really, oh. Yeah, that one would hurt. Yeah, that one didn't feel too good. Stepping that one wrong. That one's not so bad. There's a metal bar right underneath it though. Other than that, it's a nice bridge. It goes over this little creek here. Nothing too fancy. Just a little creek down there. It's hard to get in past those trees, so bright, but and this is Penguin Outdoors Express. So basically line up the hood with the tip of the canoe there. And if you come around here, the center of the canoe, you try and move it, wiggles the whole car. And you come around here to the back, pull it forward and back. Doesn't move forward and back. Should be good to go. Coffee. And we're on our way. Pretty good canoe trip.
Yeah.
A little day trip. That's always fun.
Want me to hold it?
No, I can just put my finger here for a second. I kind of like driving around with a canoe on the top of my car. It makes it feel like I got a little sunshade. It's a cool little exit point that we got here too. It's through a tiny little gate. It's entertaining. Better than just a boat launch, you know? Oh, that's all right, we're good.
Yeah, I can hold it, but it's gonna fall. It's not gonna stay.
No, it's not gonna stay.
No. These on them.
Yeah.
That would be perfect for that right there. They're really cheap.
Yeah, because then it would stick to it.
Yep.
I love getting off of a canoe trip. You get in the car, you turn up the AC, but you leave the windows down, so you get that little bit of cold air, but you still get fresh air. Feels nice. Didn't get any fish today, but didn't do a lot of fishing, so. Today was more of just a relaxing, get out on the water, just have a fun day. Show you how I unload the canoe when we get home.
You want an outro?
Yeah, we should do that.
You just do it right now. Just say like, thanks for watching.
So that was the first day trip of Penguin Outdoors. If you guys liked what you saw, please make sure you like and subscribe. My wife and I and myself will go out on more day trips to bigger and badder adventures, and maybe we can make it to Alaska one day. Thank you.